Near, my grandparents live near us, in the next street. My grandparents live near us, in the next street. The hotel is near the beach. The hotel is near the beach. The restaurant is near the station. The restaurant is near the station. Ashford is quite near Canterbury. Ashford is quite near Canterbury. Is there a bank near here? Is there a bank near here? A nurse. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a nurse. She's a nurse at the local hospital. She's a nurse at the local hospital. The nurse gives him his medicine. The nurse gives him his medicine. The nurse comes to take my temperature every 2 hours. The nurse comes to take my temperature every 2 hours. Office. My office is on the second floor. My office is on the second floor. A big office block. A big office block. I don't want to work in an office. I don't want to work in an office. Come into my office, please. Come into my office, please. Park. Let's go for a walk in the park. Let's go for a walk in the park. I take my sandwich and eat it in the park at lunchtime. I take my sandwich and eat it in the park at lunchtime. The park closes at 8 o'clock in the evening. The park closes at 8 o'clock in the evening. London has several famous parks. London has several famous parks. Small. Ledbury is quite a small town. Ledbury is quite a small town. These shoes are too small for me. These shoes are too small for me. A small cafe. A small cafe. A small dog. A small dog. The hotel is nice, but the rooms are rather small. The hotel is nice, but the rooms are rather small. Taxi. It's raining. Let's take a taxi. It's raining. Let's take a taxi. Taxis in London are very expensive. Taxis in London are very expensive. Your taxi is waiting outside. Your taxi is waiting outside. A taxi driver. A taxi driver. Village. They live in a small village near Bristol. They live in a small village near Bristol. A pretty village in the country. A pretty village in the country. The village was very quiet. The village was very quiet. Please drive slowly through the village. Please drive slowly through the village. Walk. I walk to work. I walk to work. It's too far to walk. Let's get the bus. It's too far to walk. Let's get the bus. We can walk to the cinema. We can walk to the cinema. I walk 3 miles before breakfast every day. I walk 3 miles before breakfast every day. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. A walk in the park. A walk in the park. It's a nice day for a walk. It's a nice day for a walk. Work. His mother works in a bank. His mother works in a bank. She works in New York. She works in New York. More than 20 people work in my office. More than 20 people work in my office. Where do you work? Where do you work? He works in a restaurant every evening. He works in a restaurant every evening. Do you have to work on Sundays? Do you have to work on Sundays? He works hard at the factory all week. He works hard at the factory all week. I finish work at 5 o'clock. I finish work at 5 o'clock. She has to go to work on Saturday. She has to go to work on Saturday. Area. The Lake District is a beautiful area. The Lake District is a beautiful area. It's a nice area to live in. It's a nice area to live in. There are lots of theaters in this area. There are lots of theaters in this area. Chelsea is a famous area of London. Chelsea is a famous area of London. I live in the same area as you. I live in the same area as you. Car. My car is outside. My car is outside. You can park your car in my garage. You can park your car in my garage. I want to sell my car. I want to sell my car. A big black car. A big black car. There's something wrong with the car. There's something wrong with the car. Can you drive a car? Can you drive a car? A center. We live in the center of the city. We live in the center of the city. The city center. The city center. Trafalgar Square is in the center of London. Trafalgar Square is in the center of London. Dog. I've got a dog called Fido. I've got a dog called Fido. A dog is barking outside. A dog is barking outside. A friendly dog. A friendly dog. A fierce dog. A fierce dog. A tin of dog food. A tin of dog food. Take the dog for a walk. Take the dog for a walk. A pet dog. A pet dog. Flat. Our flat in Leeds is very small. Our flat in Leeds is very small. She lives in a flat in central London. She lives in a flat in central London. A block of flats. A block of flats. A flat on the top floor. A flat on the top floor. Grammar. English grammar is difficult to learn. English grammar is difficult to learn. A book about grammar. A book about grammar. He is interested in Russian grammar. He is interested in Russian grammar. Here. The restaurant is near here. The restaurant is near here. Do you live here? Do you live here? It's nice here. It's nice here. House. We live in a big house. We live in a big house. They're building 2 new houses at the end of the road. They're building 2 new houses at the end of the road. My house is near my school. My house is near my school. A family house. A family house. Come to my house after school. Come to my house after school. Their house is over 100 years old. Their house is over 100 years old. The party is at Jennifer's house. The party is at Jennifer's house. No. How old is he? I don't know. How old is he? I don't know. Do you know when the film starts? Do you know when the film starts? Nobody knows where they are. Nobody knows where they are. I know how to make bread. I know how to make bread. Do you know who the President of France is? Do you know who the President of France is? Does anyone know the way to the restaurant? Does anyone know the way to the restaurant? Live. Where do you live? Where do you live? I live in Madrid. I live in Madrid. My parents still live in Manchester. My parents still live in Manchester. She lives on her own. She lives on her own. Do you live in a house or a flat? Do you live in a house or a flat? He lives close to the university. He lives close to the university. Minute. A 5-minute walk. A 5-minute walk. Cook the potatoes for 40 minutes. Cook the potatoes for 40 minutes. The journey to school takes 25 minutes. The journey to school takes 25 minutes. North. We live in the north of England. We live in the north of England. It's colder in the north than in the south. It's colder in the north than in the south. The A1 road goes to the north. The A1 road goes to the north. They're building a new factory in the north. They're building a new factory in the north. Road. The road to Wigan. The road to Wigan. Does this road go to Stoke? Does this road go to Stoke? There's a lot of traffic on the road today. There's a lot of traffic on the road today. We're going to Edinburgh by road. We're going to Edinburgh by road. South. The city is in the south of the country. The city is in the south of the country. Brighton is in the south of England. Brighton is in the south of England. I like living in the south. I like living in the south. The weather is warmer in the south. The weather is warmer in the south. Take. It takes an hour to get there. It takes an hour to get there. It takes ages to learn Russian. It takes ages to learn Russian. Take your time. Take your time. It takes 30 minutes to cook the cake. It takes 30 minutes to cook the cake. University. A university student. A university student. I'm at university now. I'm at university now. She wants to go to university next year. She wants to go to university next year. Photo. Look at the photo. Look at the photo. What a lovely photo. What a lovely photo. A photo of my brother. A photo of my brother. Take a photo of your house and put it on Instagram. Take a photo of your house and put it on Instagram. Do. I'm a waiter. What do you do? I'm a waiter. What do you do? I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does. Tell us what you do. Tell us what you do. Good. She has a good job in Manchester. She has a good job in Manchester. Warwick is a good university. Warwick is a good university. I know a good restaurant near here. I know a good restaurant near here. Great. Birmingham is a great place to live. Birmingham is a great place to live. There are some great shops here. There are some great shops here. You look great in that jacket. You look great in that jacket. Athens is a great city. Athens is a great city. I like my job, it's really great. I like my job, it's really great. Hour. It takes an hour by car to get to Liverpool. It takes an hour by car to get to Liverpool. The film lasts 3 hours. The film lasts 3 hours. A 1-hour French lesson. A 1-hour French lesson. Workers want higher wages and shorter working hours. Workers want higher wages and shorter working hours. I'm working very long hours this week. I'm working very long hours this week. My hours are 9 till 5. My hours are 9 till 5. Money. How much money have you got with you? How much money have you got with you? Have you got enough money for the train ticket? Have you got enough money for the train ticket? I like my job, but I don't get much money for it. I like my job, but I don't get much money for it. It costs a lot of money to fly to Australia. It costs a lot of money to fly to Australia. Mum. It's hard work being a mum. It's hard work being a mum. A mum of 3. A mum of 3. Ask your mum if you can come to my house. Ask your mum if you can come to my house. Don't tell mum about it. Don't tell mum about it. Now. My parents are French, but now we live in Germany. My parents are French, but now we live in Germany. What's on TV now? What's on TV now? Dinner is ready now. Dinner is ready now. Okay. The film was okay. The film was okay. The food in the restaurant was okay. The food in the restaurant was okay. We had an okay evening at the cinema. We had an okay evening at the cinema. Person. His dad's a really nice person. His dad's a really nice person. That person works in my company. That person works in my company. Are there many people in the shops today? Are there many people in the shops today? I always meet really interesting people in the library. I always meet really interesting people in the library.